Hey, girl. Okay. So, let me see. Yes, you know what you do. You came on ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey,
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 girl, you know
girl.
what you're doing. Got up in here quick.
Yes, honey, I was waiting on you, girl.
Hey, everyone who's tuning in.
Yes,
We
hey,
can give
y'all.
a little time to join and then jump in. I'll just start speaking about like the goal of the live. If you have not been tuning in over the the past 3 weeks, because we're on week 3. But I was creating a 4-week series that could just add value to the journey of entrepreneurs. And so I'm happy that you all are here. I know we have some great information to share with you all today. We'll be talking about side hustles, business plans, and entrepreneurship. So
Yes,
I'm
hey, Tanisha,
excited.
girl. I see you.
Hi. So I was going to make it to where you all have to put it in the put questions in the question box.
Hey,
So
Caleb.
if you have a question, drop your question in the question box, and we're going to answer the questions at the end.
Okay, yeah,
And so
sounds good.
I can start by introducing myself, and then I'll let you introduce yourself, Daysha. So if you don't know, I'm Shakira Northcross, and I own a law firm, which is a one-stop firm that's dedicated to helping entrepreneurs protect their brands and businesses with the law using trademarks, copyrights, contracts, and business incorporations. And so if you need assistance with any of that, I am your go-to person.
Yes, period. And I'm Odesha Collins, so I run Dash of Daysh. I teach my babes to save their coins, own their confidence, and build their empires. So basically, we talk all things fashion, finance, lifestyle, all that good stuff. It's like Shakira, you said, one-stop shop, honey. You get it all, one-stop shop.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so we can just go ahead and jump on. If people join, they can, you know, catch up.
They'll ask
So,
questions.
right, they can catch up and ask questions. So, I believe I'm supposed to start out. So I'll start out with just laying the foundation with talking about business plans and the importance of business plans. So first, I'm going to start by touching on the point of things you should consider before you even start a business. Some of the things that you could, if I look down, you guys, I have notes because I don't want to forget nothing.
Yeah,
So I make
period.
sure I keep my I make sure I keep my notes on deck. But things you should consider before you start your business. First, you should make a note of what your business purpose is. And so you don't want to just jump out there like, okay, I know I want to sell clothes, but you have no idea about what your business purpose is or what your goals are for your business. So by writing down what your business purpose is, this will help you identify who your target audience will be. It'll help you know where your business is going. So start by writing out your purpose. Another thing you want to do is write out business name ideas. Um, I know off the top, sometimes we automatically know, oh, I want my business to be named this or that, or some people, they may not have the perfect name figured out, but it's important to write out several ideas because you want to make sure that one, this name is something that doesn't box you in. And you want to ask yourself, is my audience able to identify my services or my products based off of my name? And then you also want to make sure that this name is not too common within your industry. And so it's important to have a few names written down just in case you need to switch it up. You don't have to worry about doing so at the last minute or being worried about, oh my God, I only have this one name in the lineup. And the next thing that I would say you should consider before starting your business is creating a list of your services or your products plus your fees. I feel like this is something you don't want to skip because if you just jump up, I'm starting this business and you creating your product list as you go and you creating your prices as you go, you will have no idea about how much money you need to make. You don't have any idea about how many products you need to sell or how many services you need to sell to meet your business goals, to make sure that you're profiting. You'll be clueless because you don't have a plan about the list of products that you have. You don't have a plan about the different services and things like that. So you want to make sure you create a list of your services and your products, and you have the price for those things. Let's see, make sure I didn't skip nothing with that one.
Yes, I feel like
And
those are all super important too.
yes, it very. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take a break. Let's I didn't add people in. You know how you can send requests to people to join?
Yeah, but
Let's
I ain't
take a
never did
look.
it, so I don't. I be getting a
So
notification though, so I know what you're talking about.
let me see. Dang, did I just mess it up? Okay. I don't even think my screen is frozen or something. It won't let me even click nothing. Let me see. I'm gonna join on my other page. Okay, I'm just gonna send it to people on my other page. But you click the arrow. So if you just click the arrow at the bottom of the screen, it
Hmm.
allows you to send the request out to people or send out the live to people so they can
Oh,
join.
okay, I see it. So you just like send it in like a message, kinda.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll just send them to them as a message. You can send it up to like 50 people at a time. So I'm just on here sending this live out to
I got you, girl.
people.
Y'all finna join this live.
I forgot to do it in the beginning. I usually try to do this in the beginning, but it totally slipped my mind. But we
Okay, I
gonna do
just
it
sent to
right
like
now.
20 some people that say they online, so I see y'all online.
How do you know if they're online? I never
It's a
know if
little
people are online.
green. It's a little green thing next to
Dot.
it, and it says active
Oh,
now.
okay. Okay. I just sent it to some people like 50. So okay, but I sent it off my personal page. It don't matter. Okay. So, okay, I'll jump back into what I was talking about now. So I stopped at making a list of the products. So the next thing that I would suggest that you do is create a list of the different tasks that you need to do before starting your business. So that may be you need to register your business with your state, whether it's an LLC, corporation, partnership, register with your state. Well, get your EIN number, get your website, different things like that. So you'll have an idea about the things that you need to do before creating your business. Have a checklist of I need to get this done, I need to get that done, I need to get this done. So you won't miss anything, and so you'll have an idea. You'll be prepared. The other thing that I would say to add to your list or things that you should consider before starting your business is have a desired launch date. So have a date in mind that you want. I'm going to start my business on this day. That'll put a little pressure on you to actually get the things done on your
Yeah.
task list. So you won't just be like, I got plenty of time to get this
Yeah.
done. Like you have a launch date. Like I want to start my business, have my website up, start announcing it and marketing it by this date. And so have that day written down. So you know this is go day. And then the last thing that I'll say to consider before starting your business is estimate the initial startup costs, your expenses, and your investments. So I feel like this is also something that people skip. Before you jump into starting a business, you want to have an idea of what you're getting yourself into. So you need to understand, like, okay, this comes with fees that I'm going to have to pay for, like starting my LLC, fees that I have to pay for my website, logo, logo designs, trademarking, any software that you may need for your business. You need to have an idea of how much these things are going to cost, so you're not just blindly spending money, or again, so you're not just overlooking certain things that you need when you're first starting your business up. Also, most of these things are tax deductions, so you'll be able to write it off. If that helps to motivate
Yep.
you at the end, you'll be able to write it off. Even legal services, like your services that you pay for, like your for a lawyer, or services that you spend towards your business for an accountant, a web designer, things like that, those are tax write-offs. So don't miss out on those deductions. Um, my
Baby, I
next
know all
point,
about those deductions, honey.
okay, exactly. Don't miss them. I'll be trying to figure out if it's ordinary or necessary for your business. It's something you can
Yes,
write
no,
off,
for
and that could
real.
be different for it could depend on based off of your industry what you can write off. So keep that in mind. My next point for relating to business plans is actually getting to business plans. So, what is a business plan and why is it important? So, a business plan is basically a document that defines the details of your company's objectives or goals, and how it plans to achieve it. A business plan can be very important for people who want investors, who want people to invest in their business, because most investors aren't going to invest in your business if you don't have any type of document showing the goal of your business, the objectives of your business, and how you're going to achieve those objectives. You need to have that written down. You need to have it clear. It needs to be planned out so they can see that on paper. And investors can include like banks, lenders, things like that. So if you want to get loans from banks, sometimes they may require you to have a business plan in place so they can see that you actually have a legit plan in place for this business. Things that investors like to see in a business plan can be like what you sell. So again, the things that I was mentioning early, like having a pricing list about the things that you sell, a product list or a service list of the things that you offer and sell, and then also having the prices for those things in your business plan. Having a defining who your target audience is, market research. So researching the market for the industry that you're going into and being able to explain it and highlight the important things about that market. A mission statement, which goes back to like the objective, the purpose of your company. They would also like it to include like the owners, so who are owners listed within your business, the type of legal entity that you have. So this again could be your LLC, it could be a corporation, it could be a partnership. And then also they also want to know your intellectual property rights. So do you actually own your business name? Do you own your trademarks? Do you own your slogan? Like a lot of people, investors don't want to invest in a company who doesn't even own their brand, because that's a risk for them. You don't own this name, you don't own this logo, and then you get into a dispute about it, and they've invested in you. They also lose money, and so those are important things to consider when creating your business plan. And last but not least, I am going to share like business resources that you can use that could be beneficial for someone starting a business or considering starting a business. The first one I'm going to share is SBA.gov. And if you go to SBA.gov, this is a website where you can find free business plan templates on there. So most people who are selling these business plan templates for y'all, they probably found them on
Yeah.
SBA.gov. So you don't pay people for a business plan template. Like you can go on SBA.gov, find a business plan template that you can use and customize it for your business. And they also have other helpful information on there about funding. So you can also find good information on there about funding as well. Another website is Small Business Development Network. So that's www.sbdcnet.org. And on there, you'll find information about starting and growing your small business that could be helpful. And then also, Dun and Bradstreet is a really good website to use when you have questions about like business credit, social media marketing, business development. They have different articles on those different topics on there, and that's dnba.com. So those are a couple of resources that you can use when you're considering starting your business, or if you have already started your business and you want more information about these different topics. So now I'll let Odesha go and share what she has
Yeah,
to
I
share.
want to say too, like those business resources, those are really good resources. When I was a
Mm-hmm.
financial representative, I worked with the SBA a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And Dun and Bradstreet, my corporate job right now, that's who they use when we're looking up people for marketing and stuff like that. So like you said, really, really good. So those are really good tips.
Yeah.
So let me get my stuff put up here. Okay, so the first thing that I will be talking about is the type of side hustles that I recommend for entrepreneurs. And so I just recommend doing a side hustle that fits your schedule. Don't like do something that makes like it's too strenuous or it almost feel like you have two jobs. Just do something that fits within your schedule. When I first started side hustling, I may do it like, prime example, Dash is still a side hustle for me. So it's not something that I'm doing full time. So right now I'll do it like if I have an extra hour in the morning, then I'll take some time to work on my side hustle. If I do, if I have a 30-minute lunch break, I'll take some time then to work on it then. So I just recommend doing stuff that works for you. So for example, if you're a teacher, you could tutor on the side. Like that's something that you already know how to do. That would be something that's really easy for you just to get started with. Nannying, walking dogs, anything like that. So just doing things that's easy and fits within your life if you're just trying to get some extra coins. Honestly, DoorDash, Uber Eats, all that good stuff. Like you probably already be going to the restaurants to eat anyway, so you might as well, pick up an extra order or something while you're there, make a few extra coins, and you go about your day. Like I said, like I tell people, you got to think about it like this. If you're looking to make like an extra $100 a day, if you can make an extra $25 4 times out the week, you've already made that extra $100 and you've made an extra $400 within the month. So it's really easy. You just have to do what works for you and what works for your schedule. Don't make it like too tough. Don't make it too much, And so the next thing that I'm going to be talking about is where to look for flexible side hustles for entrepreneurs. And so when I first started side hustling, it was in 2020. The pandemic had just hit us real hard, and everybody was having to stay at home, but you still need to make some money. And so I literally went to Google is free 99. I went to Google and I had started finding about, that's how I found about DoorDash, Uber Eats, there's Shipt, there's Postmates, there's all kind of stuff, y'all. Favor, like Upwork, you can just keep going on and on and on. And so if you go to Google, you'll find all these different opportunities. And also YouTube and Google are the number 1 and 2 search engine, and Google owns YouTube, so that makes sense. And I actually do videos over side hustles, and I know all of my most viral videos are literally over side hustles. So people are always looking for that information. So you can always go to Google, you can always go to YouTube, and it's right there. It'll literally tell you can Google what side hustles are available in my area, and I promise that a whole bunch of them are just gonna pop up, and then you just start going through them. You see what works for you, you try them out, and if you don't like it, you don't gotta do it again. If you like it, you keep doing it. You find a way to make some extra money on the side. And yeah, I've made thousands upon thousands. At this point, I've made more than $10,000 side hustling. So it's real money out there, and it's easy. So you can do stuff where you come in contact with the customers. You can do stuff where you don't. Like, you just decide what's easy for you and you get to it. So that's what I recommend for finding a side hustle on the side. And then last, I wanted to talk about creating a budget for entrepreneurs. And so you cannot create a budget if you don't know, number 1, how much money you have coming in, and number 2, how much money you got going out. So first things first, you got to figure out how much money you spend every month, and then how much money you bring in every month. And then you find the difference, and then from there, you're able to actually create a budget. I actually have a freebie for y'all. I've had it for a while now, but it's in my link in bio under free budget tool if you're interested. But yeah, you can use that tool, and you can create a budget. You got to think about your monthly expenses. You got to think about the little stuff too. McDonald's, Starbucks, gas, water, cell phone bills, like what you spend on your hair, what you spend on clothes. Like, you have to think about all that stuff because it adds up. Like, you can think you have, like $500 left over every month, but if you don't calculate all that extra stuff, you really don't have that left over. And so I definitely recommend just taking time. Some good resources to figuring out like how much money you actually spend every month, mint.com, NerdWallet. Both of those I know are really good for if you feel comfortable, you can connect bank accounts, credit cards, all that stuff, and it will literally list out everything right in front of you, what you spent for the month. And actually on Mint, I know for sure it will tell you if you're spending more than you're bringing in. It'll give you like a debt to income ratio and all of that good stuff. So you can use tools like that to budget and make sure that you're actually saving and that you're actually doing what you want to do with your money. You got to tell your money where to go. You can't just let it go where it wants to. And I actually do have a 5 steps to budgeting, I believe, on my YouTube channel as well. If you need help just like breaking down how to budget and actually budget and things like that. But it is really important to have a budget, especially if you're trying to build a business, because like Shakira, you mentioned, like if you start this business and you're thinking like, oh, this is easy, but you didn't factor in your product costs, or you didn't factor in your website costs, or you didn't factor in like all that stuff. Like it really, and honestly, I have some other businesses that I'm working towards, but you have to take a step back and make sure that once you go and do this, that you're not going to be upside down, because then you're not actually being profitable. So it's really important to just take a step back and make sure that you're actually creating a budget, and following the budget too. Don't just create it and not follow it. So
Yes. Okay, those are good tips. Good points made for sure. So y'all check out some of those resources that she shared so you
yes,
can get your budget and have a budget that's on
get
point.
that budget together, honey.
Yes, get the budget together, get your business plans together.
Yes.
Hey, hey, Tylee. Um, so if you all have any questions, I was trying to get people to put them in the question box, but I don't think, I mean, I didn't announce it several times. So if you have any questions about anything as far as like business plans or budgeting, feel free to add them in the comments and we're happy to answer them. Until then, I do have a question that I want to ask. So, Daysha, so my question for you is, how can entrepreneurs better manage their time while focusing on their business and working a 9 to 5? Because since you be getting it done, so we need to
Girl,
know the tea.
so like you said, when it came to like actually starting a business, like I am such a write it down person. Like if I don't write it down and schedule like when I'm gonna do stuff, it's not gonna happen. Like right now, my upload schedule is Sunday and Wednesday. And I'm not gonna lie, I have not wrote everything down I'm supposed to be writing down for this week, and I'm a little bit discombobulated. So I'm like, okay, I gotta get up early in the morning and I gotta get this video filmed because I'm, sticking to it. And so I don't like to be like that. And so the only way that I can genuinely make sure I'm sticking to my goals is, like you said, number one, I love to, like you said, set a goal, set a date, and reverse engineer. Like if I know I need to post this video on Wednesday, then Sunday I should probably be filming this video because, it just makes life easier. So when you have a 9 to 5, you have to know, well, on my lunch break, I have an hour. Maybe for 30 minutes I can eat, and then 30 minutes I can be working on this side hustle. Like those little bite-sized pieces of time, they really add up to productivity over time. And so, yeah, I definitely just recommend to-do list and reviewing it too throughout the week. So if you write down a list on Sunday, maybe Wednesday pick it up again and make sure, check your progress and see if you might need to move some things around, stuff like that. I definitely recommend planners. If you don't want to buy a planner, you can go on like canva.com. They have free templates and stuff on there. They also have business plan templates on there, so don't let these people don't let them sell you stuff that's already free. So yeah, you can go on there and just make sure you writing it down and checking in with yourself. Definitely that's what I think is really good for productivity.
Yes, y'all, Daysh is the queen. I mean, she be uploading her videos consistently. My girl,
Be
she
trying,
on
girl.
it. She be on it. You are doing a great job, and you're seeing the fruits of your labor. So, girl, kudos to you because you be on top of it. We do have a question. So, someone has a question for you.
Question.
The question is: any make money while you sleep hustles like drop shipping? Hey, Waverly.
You know what? I have not gotten into drop shipping. I've thought about it several times. I want to make sure if I was to do something like that I am very knowledgeable of it. But I do a lot of like affiliate link type programs. So I just recommend stuff that I genuinely use on a regular basis. And I mean, I'm not making a whole bunch of money right now because I don't have the biggest following, but I do make like a little money through affiliate links like Amazon, and there's a whole bunch of them out there, but I like Amazon the best right now. And then I also do sell like my notebooks and stuff on again Amazon, but it's Amazon KDP, and so it's free. Again, I got a video. I'm gonna keep shamelessly plugging myself, but I do have a video.
Ain't no wrong with it.
Yeah, I have a video over the whole process, like it's free. So if you wanted to like make journals, or if you wanted to make puzzles or planners, whatever the case may be, and put it on Amazon, and if people buy it, then that's passive income. And so there are a couple of different ones that you can do, but I don't have a whole bunch of passive income type side hustles right now, but they are out there. So you can just, again, Google, YouTube,
Yeah.
see what's out there.
Creating ebooks about things that you know how to do, creating
Yeah,
courses about things you know how to do. Initially, you have to put in the work up front to get
yeah,
that thing created, but once you get it created, you can upload it, and that's something people can constantly go and buy. With ebooks,
yeah,
that's something people can constantly go and buy, just about things you know how to do.
yeah.
So,
Graphics, like people be looking for stuff to print out, put on their walls, like
mhm,
to-dos or how-tos, like all kind of
mhm.
stuff. I'm actually working on a finance planner, like a physical, a
Mhm.
digital and a physical finance planner. So once that's done, yeah, like you said, I had to do it, I had to do it up front, but once
Yeah,
it's done, honey, it's on the
it's
internet, and if
done.
y'all find it and buy it, y'all do that.
Right. Hey, Aubrey. I do have another question. So, speaking of digital versus physical, who prefers digital over physical, or do you prefer physical over digital? I'm curious to know that
Yeah, me
because
too, because I haven't been on which one to put the more effort into.
yes,
Because I'm thinking digital personally for me, just because it's easier to get done. But I am a physical planner in hand girl. Like I have to write it down, because if I just type on my little laptop and I don't pick it back up, I'm like, girl, like it ain't.
yeah. Um, right now I am more so. I don't know. I think I'm more so leaning towards digital just
I
because
think
I feel
it's
like
good
it's
to have
easier to
both,
keep up with.
honestly.
Yeah, it is, and
Yeah,
I have since I have an iPad now and I
girl,
can
this
write
thing is
on it.
literally in my hand, so I'm talking like
Girl,
I'm talking about physical, but I think
exactly.
both.
No, the
I
iPad
like
lets
to I
you.
like to write my stuff out. I do, but I do think that for convenience, I would like to have it to where, because the iPads, like you can just pick your
You
iPhone
can
up.
write it,
Yeah, you
but
can
with the
you can pick.
iPad you can write and it's
Yeah, you
digital.
can write it, and then you can pick your iPhone up and
It's
leave where
still
you
there.
start where you left off. So I'm a both girl. That's why I'm creating both of them.
Physical, Wavery said physical is not gonna get done. I feel you.
Ah,
The,
really?
but I feel that but I don't know. The iPad changed the game because you can write it like
Yeah, look, I
that was
sure
it
got
for
my
me.
little pencil
The
too.
pen, yes, it changed the game for me. We had another question. Okay, when creating a business plan, what's the best way to start projecting numbers for future profits?
Oh,
So
that's a good question.
you can jump into Odesha if you have anything to say, but I would say the best way to start projecting numbers for future profit is understanding one what your depending on what type of business you have, what your products and services are, and what your prices are for your products and services, and then also understanding your business expenses. So understanding how much money is going to be coming out of your business every month, whether you have like a business phone, if you have like Google Docs or Google what is it, the Google Suite, or if you
Workspace or
have
something.
Canva, if you have Zoom, if just add up all your business expenses, things that you are that's going to be coming out monthly.
That
Understand what
budget.
that yes, understanding what that is, and then understanding what the prices are for your services or your products, and then have an idea of how much you may need to spend on marketing, or how many clients you may get a month towards your products or services, and then subtracting the difference, and that's how you find how much you are going to profit
I
each
kind of
month
think it's
or
important
within a
to
year.
understand like your target audience too, because you don't know how much they're willing to spend too. Like whether
Yes.
it's, are you a luxury brand or are you an affordable brand? So I think like that's like, because you don't want to be marketing something that's luxury to people that's only trying to spend.
Yeah,
And there ain't
bro.
nothing wrong with that, but you just want to make sure that you understand who you're going after as well, so your numbers add up too.
Right, girl. I'm trying to heart the live as if I'm not in the live because that was that's a good. That's a good tip right there. So yeah, definitely trying to do that one. Um, Aubrey, quit adding all these comments to my live, y'all. This my little you're adding a million comments. So what any other questions? Any other
If they don't
questions or
have a
any other
question,
comments? Yes.
yeah, they don't have a question. I do have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Just and I cause I have wrote it down. So just what legal advice can you give to like side hustlers as far as like, and you kind of already went over this but just making sure that you're actually building a legitimate business, because you don't want to get like too far down the line and figuring out, oh dang, I was supposed to get like a EIN number or something, like,
Mm-hmm.
and then you kind of having to backtrack, and or even stuff like somebody got, because I follow this lady right now, she's pretty big, and somebody trying to sue her over her name on Instagram. So like,
It be that
you
way.
don't want this to happen to you.
Yeah, and that to me is like the most unfortunate situation when you have grown an audience, you have
Yeah, she's
grown
like
your
a hundred
platform,
thousand.
and you
That's
have not
crazy.
protected your brand, the thing that makes you money. Like you haven't protected it. Like this is what feeds you, and you didn't protect it. Like that is such an unfortunate situation, and that's why I try to teach what I teach. But the advice that I would give, or the tips that I would give to side people who have a side hustle but also still have a 9 to 5, is the first thing I would say is to understand what your goal is. What is your long-term goal for your business that's your side hustle? What do you want to do with this? Do you want it to remain your side hustle and just something you do on the side for long term? Or are you trying to turn this, and are you trying to make your side hustle replace your full-time job? If you're trying to just keep it as a side hustle, you're not going to be concerned with investing a whole bunch of time or money into it, which is fine because it's your side hustle. You can adjust and switch and do whatever you need to do. But if it's something that you're trying to make replace your full-time job, then you really need to sit down and take the time to invest the time and money in your side hustle or your business so that it can become your full-time focus or your full-time job. Um, that way, once you take the time to invest the money and time you need to invest into it to make sure that you have a solid legal foundation coming out the gate, so you don't have to backtrack and so you don't have to switch things up later on down the line because someone tries to sue you because they own the trademark to your name or something, like because you've done that up front. Even though it was your side hustle, you treated it like something that you wanted to become your full-time job, so you invested it upfront into making sure that you have your LLC in place. You invested to make sure you have your EIN in place. You invested to making sure you opened up a business bank account. You
Mm.
treated it like a business, the business that you wanted to become. So that's, I would say that treat it like the business you wanted to become. Invest in the things I just mentioned. Trademark your brand, protect your brand. If you wanted your side hustle to be your full-time job, treat it that way. You can't just go in and halfway do things and then, I mean, it may take off, but if it do, then you're gonna be having to spin a block to try to fix things,
Right.
or you're gonna have to spin a block to try to rebrand, and you do not want to do that. Like another thing too, like a lot of we see like a lot of small business owners popping up, and then like these celebrities, these incidents, like Kim K, for instance, with this whole skin brand. Like it's a smaller business owner who fortunately she trademarked her name, so now she has, she can sue because she feel like Kim K's skin
So
is
stuff. She
too
probably, okay, let me
similar to
not.
hers. Right, she feel like it's too similar. It got
See,
something,
yeah, and you don't
it's
want
just
to be forced to rebrand. Like, it's totally okay to
right.
rebrand, but you don't want to have to do it because somebody like, nah, that's my name, and if you don't come up off it, I'm gonna sue
Right.
you.
I'm gonna sue you. And people who have more money than you are going to make you rebrand. And so even if you were using it
Even
first,
if
it
they
may be
wasn't ever thinking about using that name ever in life because they own it, like you gotta make sure. So I think that's
they
real important.
yeah, you have to make sure that you trademark and you own the rights to your stuff. Because then you don't people can't come and bully you out of it, or they can't force you to pay them for using their name and making money off of it. I saw another thing on YouTube where this lady, she had been using a name on one of her products or something, and then she received a demand letter, not even a you need to stop using it, a demand letter saying you need to pay me because you've been making money off of my name from a company. And she had to hire an attorney to kind of negotiate what price she was going to have to end up paying, but she still had to come out of pocket and pay this company because she had been using their name. They own the trademark to it, and then on top of that, she had to turn around and spend money on rebranding her products and stuff. It's like nobody want to go through that.
No, it's real important to do the research, honey, before you even get started, because
yeah, so that would be my tips. Like, make sure you treat if you want your side hustle to become like your main focus, even if it's a side hustle, when it comes to using other people's names and stuff like that, you want to make sure you're not doing that. But you also want to make sure you're investing into your side hustle business if you want it to become your full-time job in the future.
yes, that's really good.
Does anyone else have any questions you would like us to answer?
Don't be shy.
Right. This is good though. We got some gems in this.
Yes, girl, I love it. I love to teach because we wasn't taught like that before we got here. I'm not saying that we wasn't, but we could have been better. Like
right.
I ain't
If
learned
y'all
all this
don't
in
know,
school.
me and Odacia, we're from the same town. Like,
Yeah, went to the same high school,
same
was
high
on the
school.
same track team. Period.
Yes. Period. Like, so we're from the same town. So yeah, I'm so happy to have her on here and just to see our growth over these years because we
Yeah,
have
it's definitely
really
good.
seen each other.
I was just telling my boyfriend. I was like, it was funny because I was like, I got a live with Shakira. He was like, I was like, the lawyer. He was like, my classmate. I was like, well, she's still a lawyer.
Right. Like we know each other. So yeah. It's really good to just see the
It's
progress
definitely
of the
beautiful. I
years.
think Hush Money would be like real proud of us. Like I'm pretty sure.
She would be very proud. I'm sure she is. Okay, we have some. Okay, agreed. Very informative. Thank you.
Yes,
I
glad
feel
we can
attacked.
help.
I feel attacked, but I'm coming. It's okay, sis. You gonna get right.
Yes, you gonna have
We
to.
gonna get you right,
Cause
sis.
I'm gonna come back on this live.
We gonna get you right. So I thank y'all don't have any questions. We can wrap it up. I thank everybody for tuning in. Did you have any closing? Oh, share, plug yourself. Share how people can
I
find you, your contact
Yes,
information,
honey. I
all of that.
am Dash of Daysh, DASHOFDAYSH across all platforms. Dash of Daysh TV on YouTube. If you click the link in bio, it'll take you straight to wherever you want to go, and you can also access that budget freebie that y'all need. Go get it. Go get the budget freebie link in bio as well.
Yes. Okay. And also, I have a webinar coming up that's all about LLCs. I give a lot of free information out on my social media platforms, and people always love the information. So imagine what I'm going to be offering in this webinar. So make sure you guys click the link in my bio to sign up for that. It's on July the 27th. We'll be talking about the benefits of an LLC. I'll be going over an actual application during the process and just showing you everything you need to know when completing the application. Just a lot. It's a lot of information. It's gonna be gems gonna be dropped in that
Yes, it's gonna
webinar,
be
and I'm
fire.
super
We already know it's gonna
excited.
be fire.
So make sure you guys go register for that. And yeah, follow Daisha if you don't already, and go get that free financial. What do you have? Financial
Yeah, it's
plan?
a budget freebie, honey. It's a budget.
Budget
It
freebie.
has every month budget tool in it. It has an expense tracker to write all the McDonald meals down, and a once and
Not
a
that
wants
done.
versus need and a wants versus need chart on there as well. So once you write down your expenses and stuff, you can kind of go through your expenses and classify them as if it was a want, and you can maybe cut back on it if you need to save some money, or if it was a need and you actually had to spend the money on it. So
I'm gonna go download that myself, sis.
girl, yes, it's interactive, so you can print it off, write it down, or you can you use it on that iPad, honey. It's a PDF.
Right. Right. So we're wrapping it up. If y'all don't have any other questions, thank y'all for joining. I hope the information was
Yes, thank y'all for
informative.
listening to us talk for these, what, 40 minutes?
Right. All righty. We're signing off. Bye, y'all.
Hey, bye,
Bye,
y'all.
Daisha.
Bye, girl.